with my guns on, so when I reach the other side, I can show what it feels like to die. Bury me with my guns on, so when I'm cast out of the sky, I can shoot the devil right between the eyes. Bury me with my guns on, so when I reach the other side, I can show him what it feels like to die. Bury me with my guns on, so when I'm cast out of the sky, I can shoot the devil right between the eyes.
What's up, guys? Pure Dingy here, and I've got a T-44-100 battle for you. Actually, there's two, but the second one's a surprise. I've been waiting a really long time to get this tank. Last time it was sold for console when it first got released. Was not able to get it, but I got it now. Spaced armor is magical Russian spaced armor on the sides, as you should be familiar with by now. The rest of the tank, not gonna bounce too much. Turret's only 120. Just do a quick look at the rest of it. 8-second rate of fire, so that's I got optics and vents for the two battles that'll show, and that's 6.5 seconds. The standard pen is really bad. When you're top tier, you're fine. 9s and 10s, even on the mediums, you're going to struggle to really pen anything, which is why you'll see me carry so many premium rounds. Because it's an 8, you're almost never top tier. 2-second aim time really is a good strong point for this. 0.35 accuracy, 0.35 accuracy, you know, nothing good, nothing bad about it. 380 view range is a touch low for what I'd like personally, which is why there's optics and vents and food, because I like to be over 470 meter view range, just so I can spot for myself. I really don't like relying on my team to spot for me, because, you know, they don't. Anyways, that's enough jibba jabba for now. Let's see what it's like in battle. Okay, so I find myself on Himmelsdorf. Now first, I want to go to the D0. Yeah, that's because this has 7 degrees of gun depression. But after thinking about it for like half a second, I realized that 7 degrees just isn't enough to really contend. I'd have to overexpose the hole, which, as I said earlier, not too great. So I decided I want to go to the 2-3 area somewhere to try and just defend the flag, because we all know some new guy is going to try and cap it. So battle starts, and I do a quick maneuver and avoid that light tank. That was close. But as I'm driving down, right about now, I realize there's a little low-tier trick that I know about, and it just might work for this battle because I'm running optics and vents, and that is to go to the 5-7 right at this rebel pile and spot south. Now I do get lit by the Panther 88, but he is very kind into letting me take some of his hit points for some early damage. And I try and line up a shot, see if there's a little gap anywhere. There isn't, so I pull forward to try and see what else I can spot, which is, oh, an ISU 152. Thank you, sir. Come again. Now I'm watching the Panther 88. It looks like he might be moving up, but I'm not too sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and respot. And oh my word, we have it. Oh neat. I try and track him right there, but ends up just penning and damaging his ammo rack. I do get lit by the light tank, so I do a quick shot into the tracks again to keep that Oni there, and then I pull back. Panther 88 is moving again, so I'm gonna put another one, thank you, sir, putting him down to about half health. He almost pulled out around that corner, so I'm just kind of waiting there, watching his moves. He's going forward and back, so typically that means he is like sidescaping or something. Oh, and he's still there. So I'm going to try and track him again. Don't track him, but I do get another penning shot. Now, right here, if I had been running a rammer, I just might be able to put another shot into him. But on the flip side, would not have been able to spot the 152. Maybe. So it's like a personal preference. I guess, on that kind of loadout. Pretty much everyone by now is going to be where they want to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and go right over to the 2-3 line. I check and see who the TD is on the 7 line. Keep an eye on that. The CDC spots me. He tries to run away because he's one shot, and I take the kill on that. Very easy. Good gun handling on this tank. So then I pull forward a little bit, just kind of checking all the angles I have, and Oni's back after I get lit. That's kind of interesting. Bad timing on that one. That was entirely my fault. I thought I could try and track him, but I didn't. This time I am gonna fully aim, and there we go. Request firing him just in case someone has a shot. Now I know this shot is probably not ever gonna pin. Even frontally it's hard to pin because it's only 190. 45 TP gets lit. I did not see him on K line. I thought he was by the Oni, which is why I pulled forward. Then I pull back, see if I can get another shot into the Oni. He backs up. Ferdinand is at one shot. Very easily one shot. Guaranteed kill right there. We've cleared out 2-3. Looking at the map, 9 line is just mopping up. They've got control over there. So I'm just going to push up. Everyone on the enemy team is on the K line. They have 0 map control. So I'm just going to rush in, try and grab the kill on this Ferdy. Someone just barely takes that from me. Look at the 45. He is running away. Not quite fast enough to get the shot at him. Check that TD to see if he's over in that little alley. He's actually further away. Oh, and he's back. Kind of startled me a little bit, so I just auto-lock, work on the shot, and then did not pay attention to my driving. Fortunately, my magical Russian space armor takes the hit for me. Then I go in, try and track him. I don't track him, but I am very mobile on hard terrain. So we put another one in to his little pooper. And now I have the opportunity to just play with my food a little bit. Here we go. Someone requests fire on the Arty, which, you know me, love to shoot Arty, but I know there's someone right around the corner. And oh, hey, there's actually 2. So then I drive right into the building so I can side scrape, bait the shot, which works. Put one into his engine, completely disabling him. Then the 45 TP YOLOs me because I fired. He fluffs his shot or shot someone else. I don't know. Get the kill on him right as the Dreadnought is YOLOing the Steward Emil. They both fire, so that allows me to pull up beside him, get the kill, and then move on to the next tank, which is the Trinity. He looks like he's driving towards me, so I'm pre-aiming at the corner. Sure enough, he pulls, track him with a pen. He pens me. I get behind him. Whew. And give him just a little bit of Pure Dingy in the backside. Raise my barrel in excitement. And that is the battle with 3,000 damage. Even blocked 1,200. And yes, I know I said you will not block much. But that spaced armor really helped me out right there. Because of the Oni. Giving me 50,000 silver, a class 1 badge, a sniper, because I don't need it anymore for the machine contract, and top on XP. 1,600, still not an ace. I have tried since day 1 to get an ace tanker. In this tank, still haven't gotten it. But I have a surprise. That's the next battle. So let's boogie on over there and see what is in store for that one. Alright, so on this one, we are on steps. Fairly common map lately for me, at least on the day that I was doing this battle. Now obviously I want to go to the 9-line area. Trying to do a little ridge work because, again, 7 degrees of gun depression is something that Russian mediums or tanks in general typically don't have. I am top tier with only 5/8 on the enemy team and 1/6 as well. Roughly the same as what we have, but we got, 6/8, but whatever. So I'm gonna head over there, and typically you want at least a third of your team to go with you on this, because you will almost always find about that many enemy tanks over there as well. Excuse me. So Batchat gets lit. I'm just seeing if there's a shot. Turtle, nope, nothing there, so I'm just going to keep on going. Now there's a little ridge right where that light tank is in front of me that I want to use. A little bit hold down, just enough for me to use gun depression. If I poke right about here, I can get shot, so I do have to be very careful. I try and just manually aim without zooming in for the shot on that, but he turns right before I fire. I do get targeted by somebody, so I pull back. Now I'm pulling forward since I'm not lit. I get detected again. Try and line up a shot. Zoomed in, but the light stops right before I fire my shot. Now someone is looking at me, so I just have to remain cautious. This turret will not bounce hardly anything. Now I'm going to change locations. Again, I am using optics and vents on this. Tiger has a nice side shot, but I hit the front of his tank, causing the shell to ricochet off. Batchat again is showing himself. I get lucky with the pen there. Now I'm just waiting for another shot. These guys that I'm pinging really need to help us out, because it's just me, a heavy, and a TD, and this light looks like he is running away, and I know there's at least 4 or 5 people over there. So as of right now, we are outnumbered, so I really don't want to progress too much further than this. Turtle pokes over, I do a snapshot at him, and he does a little freak out shot and misses because he was backing up down the ridge. Centurion looks like he is becoming a little aggressive, so I want to counter him. If he pokes this ridge, I will be able to put a shot into him, but he backs up right away. Now I'm just kind of watching them and watching my team. I again ping my team to try and get them to help. Turtle exposed himself. I missed my shot. Not quite enough lead on that, but the shell does fly pretty much true. Someone way in the back is trying to take a shot on me. Dodged that one, luckily. And now I just play the waiting game. I see an opportunity to shoot the Centurion in the underplate, and I use that rock in front of me to block the shot from the guy that's not detected. But the turtle hits my space armor, not doing too much damage, and then the Centurion pokes again, allowing me to get the kill, leaving this Tiger P isolated. Now, I am looking at the map as I'm going in. I do see that light behind me, so I just want to keep an eye on him. Looks like he's poking again. Midair, hit the shot. He flips himself. Fortunately, putting himself back on the tracks, but it's a little bit too late. Back to the garage for you, sir. Turn my attention back to the Tiger P. I would try and track him, but I didn't aim very well on that. But I do hit his engine. So I'm pull up beside him using the ridge to protect me from the guys in the back, and then I just kind of use my rate of fire to take him out. He finally decides to try and look at me. He looked like he was a little confused on what target to shoot at. Most likely a newer player, but he goes down anyways, allowing me to progress forward for this other Tiger that I missed earlier. He's not looking, so I try and do a quick snapshot, again hitting the front of his tank. Batchat looks like he's yellowing in. Request firing him. Then the Tiger turns the corner, misses a shot, and he gets distracted by the light, allowing me to get around him, but we run into each other, and I take 2 hits right there. But I have good enough mobility, I can just turn around the Tiger. I try and get the light since he was a one-shot, and then I use this ridge to put myself in between me and the Tiger, putting us right back to where before. I'm going to manually aim this shot, try and hit that flat armor, but I timed it wrong, and I hit the ridge instead. Now just wait for him to focus on someone else, hook around, put one into him. Now I'm just waiting. He's yellowing in, so I take the shot to get the kill. Now, one line, as usual, has fallen. We have a heavy, for some reason, driving up the dried up riverbed, trying to go one-man army instead of helping his team out. So I have to fall back and defend the base. because those camping TDs will easily chew right through my armor. Now, as I'm going over to help, I'm looking for shots on the TDs just in case I can get a little bit of damage. Excuse me. Oh, don't really have a shot. I'm watching the Ferdinand in case he pokes around the rock. It'd be a hope shot. Probably wouldn't have hit him at this distance and speed that I'm driving. So I turn my attention back to where my team is. There are no spotters. It's just the TDs and the Artie. So I am going to play the spotting role for these heavies coming at us. I want to use the ridges over on this left side of the rocks so it can be somewhat hold down and be easy for me to back up into cover should anyone try and take a shot at me. Right where I'm aiming is where I want to be. There we go. No one here. I'm going to take a chance and creep forward just in case that heavy that was just lit is trying to move forward. He isn't, but I get lit as I'm turning. I take a quick snapshot just in case. Fortunately, I do not get shot at by the Emil. Hammer pokes the ridge. Request firing him for RD or TDs. Someone's a little bit too slow. Or they are a little bit too slow on that. But someone does take a shot at the Emil and misses. So now all I gotta do is just wait here for them to make the move, allowing us to put a shot into them as soon as they come around the corner. Now that IS that was going up the riverbed dies, no surprise there because he was pushing into camping TDs. Don't really have anything here, so I'm gonna check the top of the ridge just in case someone is pushing forward like earlier. But I get lit as soon as I do that, and the TD puts one into him, putting the hammer at a one-shot for me. He backs up, and I know Artie is probably going to be looking at me, so I just want to stay mobile. And sure enough, there it is. Spaced armor working at me. It's really great for HE rounds. Not so much on the heat rounds because it is, I believe, 6 millimeters thick, if I'm not mistaken. But the HE rounds will be blocked for it, only dealing splash damage to the tank. Now, they're not really making a move, so I decide I want to probably think about going for this TD, which I will here in a second. I just want to make sure that they're not going to be pushing into us anytime soon. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this position. I already fire, so I know where he's at. He's at, she's at, it's at, whatever. It's a pig. I know where the pig's at. I'm going to take a chance and cross right here. The Emil, I have a feeling, is going to be looking right down that alley. Fortunately, he does not spot me. And I'm going to push into this Ferdinand since he is isolated. Now, he was just shooting at the TD and the Artie, so I think he's looking down the road. Or down the roadside. So I'm actually going to go up this ridge. We proxy spot each other, but he's looking this way. He fires an HE round into me, tracking me, forcing me to use my repair kit, but since he's reloading and turretless, I get to get a free kill off him. Now, I am a little worried about the Artie, because the Artie can hit me from here. So I need to hurry up and get the kill in him. And then the Tiger yellows me. Puts one into me. I'll back up just so he doesn't get around me. And then I get the kill on him just as he puts another shell into my upper plate. I assume it was the upper plate. Looks like it was. There's a little hole there. Now I just want to stay mobile so Artie can't hit me. I am being ran down by another heavy. So I want to get away from him and use my view range to take him out. I'm going to poke this ridge. I think I'm far enough away, but the Dreadnought is actually quite mobile for that kind of tank. He doesn't fully aim a shot and ends up excuse me, hitting the ground, allowing me to take my time and get the kill. And I noticed the Artie there, so I'm going to dip down into this, do a quick backup for a shot, but I don't quite go far enough. No big deal. I just need to stay out of his gun arc. I'm going to turn around and I am going to go towards their base since I am the last guy alive. I don't know if the Emil is going to go towards Artie or if he's gonna run me down, or if he's gonna cap. So I am gonna go up on this ridge, try and spot him out just in case he's just coming straight for me like the heavy, not the heavy, the well, yeah, heavy, with the hammer. That's what I'm trying to say. Gotta use my words. So I'm gonna wait here a second. Someone wants me to cap. In this situation, you don't want to cap. All that Emil has to do is spot me. Artie can do the rest, and then it's game over. I am at 72 hit points. Now I'm not spotting anyone, so I'm gonna go on the other side of the rock just in case Artie takes a shot at me if I get lit. Not really seeing anyone, so I am gonna go back to the base. Right now, it's 50-50 whether that Emil's coming back for me or going towards cap. So I just want to play defensively and try and spot him if he's going to cap. Now I'm keeping an eye towards where Artie was, just in case he's making a move or the Emil is actually going to the middle, but someone gets on cap. So I know it's probably the Emil since he was last spotted over by our base. Now I do make a little mistake here. I don't take the shot. He's at 779. So I really need to do as much damage to him as quickly as possible. But because of that delay, he pulls behind the ridge. Fortunately, Artie gets lit. He's on cap too. I put one into him. I make another mistake, and I let him get his binos set up. So when I fire, it lit. So now the Emil knows who I am. He gets off cap, so obviously he's coming for me. So I have to get away and again try and use my V range to outspot him and deal the damage. I got just over 2.5 minutes left. I poke this ridge, try and get a shot in, and I forget that I'm backing up. So I just have to try and get some distance between me and him again. He turns the corner. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's later. So I'm going to go over here to this next ridge, and I think about using it to spot him out, but he spots me right before I do that. Now I should have actually gone ahead and gone up on that ridge on the far side because he is still moving. And I did not think about the gun dispersion of the Emil while it's on the move. It is quite large and it's not a very accurate gun. So now I am wasting valuable time where I could be dealing damage, making it much easier for me to get the win out of this. Now I am at 4,300 damage in the 1v1, and I'm at a big disadvantage on the hit points. So I need to make as much use of this time as I can. But in the situation, I was in a little bit of a freak out mindset. Adrenaline's pumping, you know the deal. Trying to figure out the best way to win the battle. And so I'm actually overthinking everything. I should have just taken the hits. In fact, I run into a rock because of how distracted I am on trying to figure out what to do next. Now there's 1 minute left. I have to do something. So I'm just going to go straight over there, try and spot him out. But he's on my left side, driving towards there as well. I try and take a quick shot, but I get lit. And he turns his turret, and I bounce the shot. So now there's no way I can outrun him in time to respot him and deal 774 damage to him for the win. And in this current situation, he's going to win the match even if he doesn't kill me, because he's got more hit points. So I'm just going to poke this ridge, put one into his hole, but it hits the turret. Now he's coming straight at me. He's not firing, so he might be on a reload. I try and put another one into him, but I back down the ridge, forcing the gun to shoot up at the turret. And he's just going to full on yellow. I should have backed up there to at least get one more shot, but he gets the ram kill, losing me the match at 800 spotting and 4,300 damage. I do think I got some blind... Yeah, I had a blind damage on that light tank. So it's actually 4,800. But I get the ace tanker that I've been trying so hard to get. This is actually battle 87 when I earned this. 87 battles it took me to get one ace tanker, and it was one hell of an ace tanker too. This time it is, oddly enough, 1400 base XP instead of the 1600 as earlier, so I'm not sure what happened there. But I got 4,800 damage and 8 kills. It was one hell of a carry. I was so excited, which is why you're seeing a little bit of a delay between showing off all the stats and everything, because I'm just so excited that I finally got the ace out of so many first classes. I can't even begin to count how many first classes I got on this. But I got it. I'm excited. I got an ace tanker on the T44-100, a tank that I've been wanting so badly for so long. And now it's finally over. Which is why earlier in the garage, before the first battle, you saw me with a rammer instead of vents. Because I was using the optics and vents to try and get as much assistance to help me with the ace tanker. But now that I got it, I can go with a standard medium loadout, and it's just as effective, to be honest. So that's going to be it for me. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Don't forget to check out Space Bandit and Clone Guy 72 on their YouTube channels. I'm Pure Dingy, and I will see you on the next one.